K-pop Demon Hunters Dungeons & Dragons game in development. A new K-pop Demon Hunters-inspired Dungeons & Dragons sourcebook is coming to Kickstarter, one aimed at creating a more kid-friendly setting for families to use. Most Dungeons & Dragons settings are inspired by medieval Europe, mixed with the Lord of the Rings and some Asian fantasy tropes. There are some outliers, such as the steampunk style of Eberron, but most Dungeons & Dragons campaign worlds will be instantly familiar to fans of video games or fantasy novels. A K-pop Demon Hunters-inspired D&D book is coming soon. Idols of the Neon Dark is a Dungeons & Dragons 5e sourcebook that is coming to Kickstarter in early 2026. Created by Dan Thut, the book features a K-pop-inspired setting, rules to make the game more kid-friendly, a brand-new Demon Hunter base class with 3 subclasses, and new monsters and magic items to accompany them. Idols of the Neon Dark has a Kickstarter page gauging interest in a K-pop Dungeons & Dragons book, with no release window or price information available. But Thut has confirmed that more details, including the modules, subclasses, and monsters, will be added when the Kickstarter goes live. Thut has also confirmed that the module will have options to remove gore, making it easy to adapt for players of all ages. It will be a 120-page book with a narrative that will be instantly familiar to K-pop Demon Hunters fans, with characters who are K-pop stars by day and Demon Hunters by night. Why create a K-pop Dungeons & Dragons campaign? In an interview with Polygon, Thut explained that he created the book because he wanted a Dungeons & Dragons game he could play with his daughters, who love K-pop and everything surrounding it. K-pop is the cultural world my kids live in right now, said Thut. They love the music, the choreography, the costumes, and are fascinated by how intentional and coordinated everything is. Not all Dungeons & Dragons worlds need to be gritty or violent. Indeed, Wizards of the Coast has created some adventures designed for all ages and pacifist play, such as The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So there's interest in settings with a broader appeal. Idols of the Neon Dark could offer the same thing, with a world that's more musical and colorful than the grimness of the Forgotten Realms. While K-pop Demon Hunters was a major source of inspiration for Idols of the Neon Dark, Thut was also inspired by other tabletop RPGs, including the My Little Pony-themed Tales of Equestria, which Thut plays with his daughters. He hopes to create a new D&D campaign that will introduce kids to tabletop RPGs. If this becomes the way parents introduce their kids to D&D, and those kids grow up remembering that they got to be heroes together, that's the win, says Thut.